Welcome to Prads Logic. Before we start this video, let me ask you a question. Do you guys know that there's a document which decides what can you say, what can you do, and even how the leaders of this country are chosen? And do you have any idea about what it is? It is our constitution. Today, we are breaking down the Indian constitution, which is the real power behind Indian democracy. And trust me, guys, it's way more interesting than how our history books taught us. So let's understand what actually is Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution is the supreme law of India. It lays down the structure, power, and duties of the government, and not only those, but also the rights and responsibilities of the citizens like us. Indian Constitution tells us how the parliament works, who gets to become a prime minister, the powers of the president, and even what happens when someone violates your rights. Well, basically, it's just operating system of the India. Now let's understand who wrote it and why. After the independence in 1947, we needed to have a rule book for our own country. So that's why Constituent Assembly was formed, which was led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who is well known as father of Indian Constitution. It took 2 years, 11 months and 18 days, 299 members and 114 days of discussion to finally adopt the Indian Constitution on January 26, 1950. And that's why every year we celebrate Republic Day on that date. And we also need to know why our Indian Constitution is so unique. The Indian Constitution is the longest written constitution in the whole world. It contains 448 articles, 25 parts, and 12 schedules. Our Indian Constitution blends ideas from many different countries. Like fundamental rights are inspired from US Constitution, parliamentary system from UK, directive principles from Ireland, emergency provisions from Germany. Yet it's deeply Indian in spirit. Our Indian Constitution is ultimately made for unity in diversity. Now let's know about fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are the basic human rights guaranteed by the Indian Constitution, ensuring citizens' equality, dignity, and liberty. And these fundamental rights are enforceable in the courts. These fundamental rights are outlined in the Part 3 of Constitution from Article 12 to 35. We have 6 fundamental rights. These are not just laws, these are freedom guarantees. Right to freedom, right to equality, rights against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, right to cultural and educational rights, and finally, right to constitutional remedies. These rights are your shields, whether it is freedom of speech or protection against unfair treatment. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar called Article 32 as the soul and heart of the Indian Constitution because it gives us the power to move the Supreme Court if our rights are violated. Now, with rights comes responsibilities. Fundamental duties are the moral obligations of every Indian citizen, which are outlined in the Article 51A of our Indian Constitution. These fundamental duties cannot be enforced by courts, but they are very important for promoting civic responsibilities and patriotism. There are 11 fundamental duties. So, now let's know how the Constitution keeps the power in check. The Constitution divides the power into 3 parts. The first part is legislature, which makes the laws, like it's the parliament. The second part is executive. This is a part which implements the laws which are passed by the parliament. The third part is judiciary. This interprets the laws, like courts. These are called as separation powers. These are made so that no one can ever become too powerful. Even the prime minister or president can't break these rules of constitution. Now let's see the recent examples in which constitution came into act. The first example is Women's Reservation Bill in 2023. The second example is the amendments which were made for the protection of SCs and STs. The third example is abrogation of Article 370 from Jammu and Kashmir. In all of this, the constitution was in the center, protecting the people's voice and guiding the government actions. So we, the youth, are future leaders, thinkers, and voters. Understanding the Constitution is the first step for making a better future. And we also have to understand that knowledge is power in democracy. So the next time when you hear someone saying politics is boring, tell them our constitution is the reason why we are not ruled by a force, but logically. So that is it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay logical. This is Praj Logic, signing off.